Hello, hello, and welcome. So it's that time of year again, right? We're getting to the end of the year, and people will be doing different things to acknowledge that and prepare for what's coming. And there's good news for anybody who is running a small business, an organization, because Small Business Saturday is still a thing. And it is something that can not only help you with your existing customers and clientele, but also could help you find some new. So we're going to share some tips and some resources so that you can jump in on this train. And I promise you, even if you think it doesn't apply to you, if you have a small business, if you are selling goods, services, anything like that, it doesn't matter what size you are. If you are out there putting out your stuff, you need to think about this at least. So let's get started. Alrighty, hello and welcome. So, it's that time of year again, and everybody's getting ready and thinking about what they're going to do at the end of the year, what they need to do for next year. And if you are a small business of any size, if you are an organization who has goods and services that you want to make available, this is something to seriously think about, even if you've never done it before, even if you feel like, oh, there's not enough time, because the good news is not only is there enough time, but there are free resources available for you to help you kind of kickstart some ideas. So whether it's just information or whether it's physical things, we're going to walk through some stuff. But as always, we're going to level set. So let me find my window here. All right, we're going to start with our usual, overview. We like to get everybody up to speed on the same page. And so let's talk about what is Small Business Saturday, right? Because it may not be something you've ever heard of before or thought of. And that's totally fine. So Small Business Saturday is something that American Express started several years ago. And it was a way for smaller businesses to get seen and heard and thought about when most people were only focused on Black Friday, right? And there are many of us who are not interested in participating in Black Friday, but this is a way for us as consumers to help out, like our favorite small businesses or businesses we haven't heard of yet that we may want to go check out. So this is very, very important, especially right now, to think about, jump in on, and become a part of. So, as I mentioned, it was started by American Express. However, it has since been also backed by different small business organizations, governmental and independent. And it's important to keep that in mind too, because they are resources for you as well. Hang on one second. Okay, I guess not. Okay, we'll have to live with it. So it is a way for you to find new customers, a new audience, and to also thank and interact with your existing customers and audience, clientele, however you think about them and refer to them. This year, it's going to fall on Saturday, November 30th, so 15 days from when I'm recording this now. So how does it help? How does it, what does it do for you? How does it get the word out? Like, what is the point for you? And the point for you is visibility, right? And to create some energy, right? Some excitement around what it is you have to offer. So it is, because it is a part of so many resources, local and beyond, it is a way for you to get your message out. And we're going to talk about a bunch of different ways to do that, but far and away, reaching out to local is definitely the way to go. Now, the big thing with this, when I start to talk about this with people, they're like, oh, well, I'm only online, so it doesn't apply. No. You are local, even being online, right? Because you are servicing people wherever they are. So it's okay that you don't have a physical brick and mortar presence. That's not a requirement to participate in Small Business Saturday. But what you can do is think locally, right? So locally about your community, your audience, your customers, because they are a community too. And so yes, you may only be online, but that does not mean that this does not apply to you. And I really, if you take nothing else away from this, I hope you take that away from this. Just because you don't have brick and mortar, just because you don't have a storefront, doesn't mean that you are excluded from this in any way, shape, or form. So please think about it. So, how to prepare. There are many, many steps, and there are many resources available to you. I have put this together, so you can go ahead and you can sign up sign up to get this. I just need your email address so that I can send it to you. And it is a free PDF guide that has some tips, some ideas, and links to resources that can help you kickstart your Small Business Saturday promotion. Get the word out. Let people know that you're doing that. So this is here. That's also the QR code that's up in the corner. And we will probably come back to that. All right. So the first thing is you can register if you choose to. Now, the registration is really focused on the American Express site. So American Express has a map that they make available to consumers. Give me 1 second. There we go. So over here in this, on the site, and like I said, there's links in the PDF if you go and sign up for that. But what people can do who are looking to buy things locally is they can put in a business name, a type of service, a type of product, and find out where you are locally. And this page has got all the information about how to sign up and all this kind of stuff. But as far as registering goes, there's an FAQ on this page that talks about, what merchants can be there, and what merchants are qualified to fall under this. So you can check this. But I mean, basically, it's like, if you have one quote unquote location, right? And they say brick or mortar, but they also accept online, and no more than 25, then you're good. And then there's some other things here. Now, the thing that I know stops a lot of people from doing this is because it says that you need to be accepting Amex as a form of payment. Over the years, on and off, that has been more or less of a requirement. So I would say even if you're not, you can go ahead and give this a try. If you can't get on the map, you can't get on the map. We'll talk about alternatives in a second. But the other thing is you may be accepting it without realizing it, because if you're using a third-party service, sometimes that's enough for the Amex engine to let you go ahead and register. So it's worth going and checking out. You have to give them a couple pieces of information like your name, your EIN or your tax ID, that kind of thing. But look at that and see if it's an option for you. If it's not, or you don't want to do that, you don't want to give them that information, the other thing to check is more local resources, right? So the small business organization for your country, for your state, for your city. Sometimes they will also have something. And again, not just brick and mortar. Very often they will also accept online companies who do business in their state. So if you ship to their state, you could be included there. So don't limit yourself. Start with Amex because that's sort of the tip of the iceberg. But then by all means, work your way down until you find something that's going to work for you. Because that's what this is all about right now. This is about finding things that work for you. Okay, let me come back here. Oh, that's not the right one. Sorry, I did not register the right shortcut for this. We do it this way. All right. So that's the first one. It's not a requirement. You can absolutely still participate on whatever level, whether or not you register. It's just another way, another free way to get more people to know about you. This is the most important one. Get the word out, right? And this can take any and all forms, right? So if you're doing any social, post a few times between here and there that you're participating, and maybe just that's enough, like just to say, hey, we're a small business. If you're shopping on Small Business Saturday, come check us out, and give them the way to do that. So do it in your emails, do it in your social posts. If you do have a website, put that information on your website. If you have a brick and mortar, put a piece of paper in your window that tells people about this kind of stuff. Get the word out, let people know. Don't keep it a secret, right? And tell your story. So give people a reason who maybe have not come to you before, or people who have but don't really know your origin story. Tell them, share that. People will connect with that. People are more likely to come and check out your store if they feel like not only that you have something to offer them, but your story is compelling. And you may not feel your story is compelling, but people connect on that level, and so other people will find that compelling. Join in on local activities. Now, again, local can be online. Cyber is a local community. So check your local town, your state, your local government, whatever country you're in, because this has expanded beyond the US. It started out in the US, but it has expanded beyond there. So again, if you're not located in the US, you can still participate. Check to see, are they doing any kind of pop-up events? Are they doing any kind of a web page that you can get your name added to? Like whatever. Do they have any resources available for you? All of these things, you check them out. Like if you spend 30 minutes to an hour, you're going to end up with a lot of resources. As a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and look at one example of a resource. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, that's why. I hit the wrong button. Okay, so this is just one small example. And this is on the American Express site. So American Express has got a lot of stuff, and you'll notice the incredibly reasonable price of free. So you can go, and again, my PDF has got links to Amazon and all the stuff, so you can go ahead and sign up and grab that there. But you can go and you can get free stickers that you can give out to people. People love stickers. So you can give out to people, the stickers when they've come and they've shopped your small store. Now understand, again, this could be for physical goods, this could be for services. You could put one on an invoice, right? You can take a scan of it and put it in the email confirmation. Like there's a lot of different ways to use this. You get, I think it is 24 in this. 40 stickers. You get 2 sheets of 40 stickers total. And it is a limit of, one package per company. But this is just a small example of the type of thing that is available out there for anybody who wants to use it. There's also free signage. There's images that you can use in your social. All of that stuff is available for free. You can go and grab it. And there, for stuff like the images for social, there's no lead time, right? You're just going to go there and you're just going to download the stuff. So you can go ahead and get all that kind of stuff, get that rolling. And that way you don't have to worry about, I don't have time to come up with something. You can just go ahead and use it. All right, let's go back here. So the bigger points here are that you want to make sure that you're promoting, you're informing people, you're sharing this with everybody, and you're connecting with customers, potential customers, your audience, your community, letting them know that this is an option for them. Also, there's a whole bunch of hashtags, and if you go online, you'll find a bunch more, but here's a good starter set. So that you can make sure that you're tapping in. Now, don't use all of them. Like, if you're not in the UK, maybe, if you don't ship to the UK, I wouldn't necessarily use the UK one. But you've got all the generic ones, and these are also on the PDF. This is super important. So this is an opportunity for you to show why small business is important, right? So all of the big companies, they've got their machines running, right? And they just crank out the same stuff, and it's very cold and impersonal, even if they put your name in the email. Like, it is predictable. It is the same stuff they do all the time. However, as small businesses, as small entities, we can be creative, right? We can bring that human touch. We can bring our special sparkle to what we're making available. And that is key here. So whatever you normally offer, think about it in new ways, right? So as an example, like let's say that you have a lawn care service, right? And, you do great work and you get the word out amongst your, community, all that kind of stuff. Well, it's time to think outside the box a little bit, right? So don't just focus on your customers or just getting new customers. Think about people who maybe are looking for a unique, meaningful gift that they can give somebody, right? So maybe somebody out of town wants to buy, 3 weeks of services of your services, or your services for a particular thing, cleaning out the garden or clearing up the leaves or whatever, for a family member or for a friend. And maybe they don't live in your area. Well, make a gift certificate or gift card option available. Now, right away, I'm like, oh, I don't have time to figure out how to do that. Let me tell you how simple this can be, okay? All you need to do is put that in whatever, tool you're going to use to collect this. And you can literally just do this, by email if you want to keep it super simple. If you're on a website, most websites now let you set up some sort of a store So you can just go ahead and put that in there. And then when you get it, you can just go into Canva and select coupon, and download it, type the name in, the amount, put a unique code on it, and track those in a spreadsheet. Those 3 steps are all you need in order to get that type of thing out there for people. So you don't have to have a physical card. You don't have to have an elaborate system. You literally can do this on that level, and you can give somebody the ability of giving their friend, their family member, their whatever, coworker, whoever, the opportunity to check out your services for free because somebody's paid for it. It's a really nice way to make it easy for the person who's looking to buy, giving the person who's receiving it something new and something to try out, and you a chance to showcase your abilities. Now, obviously, it doesn't end there, right? But that's just one small example of how you can think about this, in different ways. Maybe, put together like packages of stuff that you like normally do one-offs on, right? So you can buy this, you can buy this, you can buy that. Maybe put together a little bundle. It doesn't always have to be about discounts, although discounts are a good idea. Don't, but you can get creative about it, so you can have somebody buy, the thing and then maybe get something else half price, or have a bundle, where they're getting both things a little bit reduced or not, but just be able to buy the bundle. Maybe put together things that people don't normally put together, but when they see the combination, they're like, oh, I never thought of that. That's a great way to do that. So get those creative juices flowing. Get it cranked out. Think about all the things that anybody has ever said to you about, oh, I wish, or it would be great if. See if there's a way for you to fill those needs in this time. Because again, those are the things that are going to really get people to understand your value and is going to make them curious enough to come and check you out. This is also another big one, partner up. So again, getting back to whether you sign on to one of the, services, like you go and sign up at American Express, or maybe you go ahead and you are, you reached out locally and you found out like, your town is doing something or whatever. Look for the pop-ups, look for the events, look for the promotions that you can maybe tap into with them. Also, think about people in your community, right? So either people who are doing the same thing as you or things that are in parallel, and maybe, kind of combine those. So like for an example, like let's say you make candles, right? And you've got a wide variety of candles, and there's all these custom options and all this kind of cool stuff. So maybe reach out to a florist, or maybe somebody who makes candy or jewelry, and say, hey, why don't we do something together so that people can go ahead and make this purchase and get something from us and from you. Again, one small example, but if you start to think about it, you'll probably come up with a bunch of different ways to connect with another business, and rising seas lift all boats. So help somebody else out while helping yourself out. It's all a good thing. You get access to their customer list, they get access to your customer list. This is all, we're us helping each other and helping the people who might have an interest in buying from us, right? All right, let's keep going. This is something too, my whole thing is about use technology to benefit you and to reduce your stress. So there's a bunch of different, I'm always pointing the wrong way. Automate your social media postings, right? So come up with 3, 5, 10 different postings that you can put out over the next couple of weeks and put them into a rotation. Now, depending on where you post, some of the tools themselves have ways for you to automate and have things come up. If not, you can use a service like later.com, Radar. You know what? I will go and I will put those links into the description, and I'll try to get them added to the PDF if I can. But I'll definitely put them in the description so you can go check those out. And they have free levels of service, so I haven't talked about them. So it doesn't have to cost you any extra money. You do need to be a little strategic because you are limited on the number of posts you get, but we're talking 2 weeks, so you should be fine. But you can go, you set up the posts that you want to put out there. You can also do it in Canva. If you have a Canva Pro account, you can schedule your posts there as well. You can create them and schedule them. And there are social media, Small Business Saturday templates on Canva. So that's another option. And you can go in and you can say, okay, over the next days, post this one this day time, this one this day time. And I would, don't saturate, don't flood people, but also don't miss out on opportunities, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, there's a perfect day and time. No, there's not, because people are on and off all the time. So do one at 2 a.m., do one at noon, do one at 8 p.m. your time, and mix them up so they're not seeing the same one every time. But again, if you have that rotation of them, then it's kind of working through it. And also continue to do your normal posts in between those. So that mixture, again, will help to make sure more people are aware of this. This is super important. A lot of people don't ask, and you should ask. So, for example, right, I'm asking you to sign up for my mailing list, and I'm giving you the free Small Business Saturday guide that I've created. So do that kind of thing. But you can do it just for this event. Say, hey, we're going to be doing something, fun and cool for Small Business Saturday. Get on the list, and we'll make sure you know about it. So do make sure that you, again, get the word out. Ask people to sign up for your mailing list. Reach out to your mailing list, right? Reconnect with your existing customers and say, hey, we're doing Small Business Saturday. We're going to be sending you some emails. Keep an eye out for them. If you have any questions, let us know, so on and so forth. Super important. And as I mentioned earlier, don't make it all about discounts. You don't have to give away your business to do this, right? Obviously, you got expenses. You need to make sure you get your bills paid too. So if you can do a little discount or do selective discounts, go for it. But you don't have to feel like if you can't, that you're out of luck, because like the things I mentioned before, right? You could add additional value. Offer a curbside pickup for people, right? That let them place the order, drive up and go. People are busy. They appreciate anything that saves them time. Do bundles, do partnering with other companies, like add that additional value, bring your sparkle to what you've got to offer. And that can very often help to accelerate the idea of like, okay, yeah, I'm going to hit that button. I'm going to go ahead and make that purchase. This is key, right? This is an opportunity to have some fun. People need fun right now. So make it fun for yourself and make it fun for your people. Like, do funny, gifts, do, jokes in your emails, like whatever it is that works for you, do it. But yes, don't stop. Don't in this, slightly dark time, don't stop. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on us, right? We all are here to support you. We want our small businesses to do well. So please, please, please make sure that you tap into this. Give it a try. Here's the thing. You have nothing to lose. It doesn't have to cost you a dime. A couple of hours of time, yes, it will cost you a couple of hours of time, but it doesn't have to cost you a dime if you don't want it to. You can just go ahead and use the free resources, get the word out there, get the freebies from local government, local community, organizations, Amex, whatever it is that you want to tap into, whatever feels like it's going to work for you. But get out there and do it. Let people know. Don't keep it a secret. Don't hope that people are going to notice. Make sure you tell them that you're there. And if you are not on social yet, pick one. Pick one social platform to go out there and do. If you don't have an email list, start building that list now, right? Let people know. Have a clipboard next to your register where people can sign up for emails. Put it on your website. If you don't have a website, get a website. You can get a one-page website. That's all you need. You want to add to it later? Golden, but get it now. Start to put these pieces in place. Get the word out. Let people know. Ask people to share it, right? Ask people to share it on social. People are very willing to do that, especially for a company or for an individual that they feel some connection to, or that they really appreciate what you provide. But they won't always think to share on their own. So don't be afraid to ask for the share. You don't have to be pushy about it. Just ask. Say, hey, would really help us if you would share this with other people and let them know. That's it. Doesn't have to be anything big. Doesn't have to be any guilt trip. But do ask, because then people will go, oh, right, I should have done that. Just like, that's why we always say here, please, subscribe, like the video. The reason we do that is because you may have forgotten to do that while you were watching this, which is totally fine. But it's human nature. So make sure that you do go ahead and do the ask. Let people know that you have something to offer. And wait, I missed the last one here. Is that right? This is, let's see, I keep hitting the wrong button. I'm sorry. But this is the thing. You do need to start right now, because the clock is ticking and there's no time to wait. But the good news is this is not stressful. It doesn't take a lot of time. It certainly doesn't take any money if you don't want to spend money. Just go ahead and, get the information, reach out, go check out the different resources that are available. Also in the PDF, I've given you a search term to try that will help you bubble up, like, local opportunities. Again, local is online and also brick and mortar. So please just go ahead and jump out there and get started. Do whatever it is that feels right for you in this moment. Anything that feels like, you're going to be offering help and also giving everybody the opportunity to find out what you have to offer. Okay, so for those of you who power all the way through to the end, you know how much I appreciate you. It makes such a difference for this channel to reach out and reach to people. So here's a couple of other ideas for you to try. One that's super important is make sure that you are making new potential customers feel welcome, feel like they're appreciated and all that. But don't forget to do that for your existing customers too. That's a mistake I see a lot of companies do. Like, you get all kinds of emails when you first sign up, when you first make a purchase, and then you don't ever get that level of love again. And it is important to do that, right? You want to foster not just the new relationships, but the ones that you already have going. So do make sure you make new customers feel welcome, but don't forget your existing ones. So during this period, think about creating like 1-day kind of offerings or deals. Now, you want to promote them a day or two in advance so people know to look for them. So that's email, that's socials, all that kind of stuff. But then, and you can even do hours, but hours can be a little bit of a problem because, again, you're possibly reaching across multiple time zones. So it's probably easier to say, this day, this thing. But again, it's another way to kind of draw people in. And then, think about, giveaways or contests or that kind of stuff. Now, do be careful, like, find out your local restrictions on and requirements for any kind of, contest or anything like that. But, you could, with every purchase, you get a 10% off, that you can use in the next, 90 days or 30 days or whatever you want. Again, or, a little sample of something else. Like, all these things, like, there's so many options out there. So just think about the ones that would be a good fit for you, that would be relatively easy for you to do, and go ahead and tap into those. The other thing I want to suggest, you need nothing more than this, is to go live. And I know it's stressful, and everybody's like, I don't like my hair, my face, my teeth, my voice. We all feel that way about ourselves, okay? I could give you a list that we could be here for hours. But here's the thing. Again, people don't notice those things. You notice those things. Nobody else is going to know. And if they do, they don't care because they're too busy worried about their own things. But what this does do is it gives you that human connection. And that is the thing everybody is looking for. They're looking to communicate with a business. They're looking to connect with a business. They want to support the person behind the business. So, and you don't have to do anything elaborate. You literally can get on whatever platform you want, 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, whatever you're comfortable with, and just talk about the fact that you're doing Small Business Saturday. Talk about your favorite product. Talk about whatever. Talk about what you're doing in your day. It doesn't matter, because what you're doing is you're reaching out and saying, hey, this is not a faceless, soulless corporation. This is me. This is my team. This is what we have to offer you. And if you do that a couple of times a week between here and there, you will be surprised at the reaction you get. Now, yes, there are going to be haters out there, okay? So if you have anybody available who can kind of, help you manage comments, if you're live, somebody who can moderate your chat, that's great. If you can't, then you know what? Let the haters hate, because very often the people who are watching you live will pound them for you. Because again, the good people that you're going to attract are going to, as they get to know you, they're going to want to support you. And so anybody that comes in and acts like a jackass will be pounded. I promise you. I've seen it myself. I do it all the time. Well, I'm also a moderator for a lot of places, but so that's the thing to do. That is another option. Again, if you want help, I do offer those kinds of help. I can put you online in a way that all you have to do is click on a link, and I handle everything for you. I can help you moderate, all that kind of stuff. If you want tips, feel free to reach out. You can get all that information here, but that's not really my point here. My point is, you can do this. You need nothing more than this. You can go into Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Just do it. I understand the uncomfortable feeling, okay? But at this point, we're being recorded everywhere we go anyway. So just here's the thing that I find the most helpful, especially in the beginning. Don't think about the fact of, oh my God, people are going to be seeing me. Think about you're talking to one person, right? Visualize that you're talking to your best friend, okay, the way you would if you were sitting across the table having a coffee. I'm not kidding. It really does help when you're looking into that camera lens. If you're just picturing, and you can even put a picture of them next to it. Picture somebody that you know and trust and talk to them, and that will connect with everybody. And that is the other tip, though. So if you're going to do that, to look a little bit more professional, make sure you find out where your lens is. So like on my camera, the lens is right there in the middle. But on different cameras, they're in different places because you want to look at the lens. Your normal instinct is going to be to look at yourself in the screen. But try really hard. I mean, it doesn't have to be a death stare. You don't want to creep people out, right? You just want to look normally into the lens again, like you would look at somebody's face when you're talking to them. It's okay if you want to look over every once in a while and check on things, but try as much as you can to stay focused on where the lens is. Because, like, for example, like my camera is right here, but if I'm looking over here, you're aware of that. Like, who am I talking to, right? I'm talking to somebody over there. I'm not talking to you. So do it, and I promise you can do it. I promise you it's not as hard or scary as you might think. So give it a try. If nothing else, give it a try a couple of times. Don't bail after the first one. Try a couple of times. So there's your bonus for this one. Again, this is here. I will try to. I'll watch the video because I had a thought about putting later and radar. I will at least add those links to the description. I will try to get them into here before people start to send those emails out. But either way, you'll be able to get those links. And there's other services out there. Like you can search for, free social media, publishing tool, and you'll find a bunch. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing okay. And as always, if you have questions, comments, if you have ideas for topics you want me to cover, feel free to reach out. And we will talk again soon. I am here every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You're more than welcome to come and hang out in chat. Somebody's making me hungry, talking about making homemade ravioli. I wish we were closer. I would show up for dinner. But if you can't catch us live, feel free to go ahead and comment. And I do come back and I read them all, but it does take me a little while. Many of you, one of me. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Hang in there. Bye.